Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today, actually, I have horror TV shows, and we're going to be talking about the brand new teaser from Stranger Things Season 4. A whole bunch of hidden details in there that I bet you missed, and I'm going to talk about them in just a second here. But first, I'm going to need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content, even on like TV shows and movies. Or like Netflix streaming shows. Whatever the hell you want to call this thing. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon as well. You can see more videos that way, you can listen to my podcast, you can see other videos early. Make sure to check that out, the link will be in the description below. Alright, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
Well, sometimes that is better.
So first of all, let's talk about some other Stranger Things news that has happened prior to this teaser being released. One of the biggest things that's happened recently is that Finn Wolfhard said in an interview that the show would most likely release sometime next year. So don't expect it coming out in October, or like maybe we get a surprise release date there, but like it's much more likely that it'll come out sometime next year. As I've speculated in the past, and this is just a theory, but I think this season is going to like revolve around like springtime. Like we've seen different seasons like in the wintertime, we've seen fall seasons, we've seen a summer season. So now it would just be perfect to get a springtime season. There's also many more things to that of why I have that theory. You can check that out by clicking in this video up here. Now yesterday, the Stranger Things like Twitter pages, YouTube page, Instagram, whatever, they all released this video where it's like these monitors and you can see different images from the Rainbow Room, obviously hinting at somehow we're going back to Hawkins' lab in this new season. And then in the teaser today, which is clearly a flashback, I think that's the only thing that this whole teaser could be, we get all these crazy shots of the Rainbow Room, which was kind of introduced, that whole idea was introduced to us in like season 2. We saw flashbacks to it in season 1, but I guess we didn't really know what that was at the time. It was a little more explained in season 2, and then season 3 we kind of like left off. We didn't really talk about it all that much. Seems like we're going back to that though. We're gonna get even more flashbacks to like what happened prior to season 1 and season 4, if that makes any sense. Now this teaser starts off with a bunch of kids playing in the Rainbow Room. 2 more kids that we haven't seen before. Now here's my theory that I have so far. They're playing on like a rainbow. We see like both of them have like a little car or something. They're going along a different color of the rainbow. So we get this really poignant shot that like, it's definitely some kind of sign. I mean, it literally even says on the bottom of the Magic 8 Ball, signs point to yes. What does that mean? I don't know. But like there is some stuff in this trailer that I would say is kind of like giving us a little bit of a hint of where this new season is going. So then there's this continuous shot throughout the trailer where like, and I don't know what this thing is called. I'm really sorry. I feel so stupid that I don't know what it's called, but it's like that little circly peg thing where you have this little like circle plastic disc and it like bounces down between the pegs. Isn't there like a game show that's based off of this thing? Basically one of the kids are playing with this and it falls into the number 7. And then when we zoom down to that, there is also a pet, like one of the circly discs. What do you want me to call it? I don't know. It's also in the slot of 4 and 8. So 4, 7, and 8 have those little things in them. I'm assuming that's my sign there. And if you remember from season 2, there's also a character named 8. So if that is any indication of anything, I would say that the other 2 children in this room are 7 and 4, who also have some kind of powers, just like 11 does. And something tells me they're going to be playing a very prominent part in this new season. Now, right off the bat, when they introduced 8, honestly, I didn't love her character. Like she had that band of punks. A lot of people didn't really care for that episode. So my biggest thing with introducing new characters, especially with a show that has such great characters already, you have to introduce characters that are as good as the other ones. Or what's gonna happen is no one's gonna like them. I mean, let's be honest, 8 isn't that bad of a character, but the problem is you have a cast of people that is already like top tier characters. Everybody on the show is fantastic, at least in my opinion, and to introduce a character that's just like kind of mediocre, she's not like terrible, but she's just, there's not really anything else to her except she can like make people see stuff, and they didn't decide to write any like interesting character traits for her, and that's why people didn't like her. The problem is, I feel like they're gonna fall into that same exact trap. You're gonna introduce characters with really cool powers, but then they're not gonna have any character behind them. Like 11 does have a lot of character even though she doesn't like to show it all the time. And it's really interesting to see like her character development because she started off as just like a quiet little girl with a shaved head and like a mysterious power. Now she's grown into like an actual girl with more characteristics. She talks a little funny, obviously, but that's like why we like her so much. That's why she's such a good character. The problem with 8 was she just felt like a normal punk person that like also had this superpower. Like it didn't feel the same way. She should have had like that same like character arc with how 11's character was. I want to see that with these new characters they are going to probably introduce. This is just a theory, you know, right now. Obviously all this is just speculation. I could be totally wrong, but why else would they be doing this in this new teaser here? They're definitely trying to introduce some new characters with crazy new powers that are going to help our little friends throughout this new season. On top of that, Matthew Modine's character is also seen, who, as we know of right now, is probably dead. Maybe, or maybe not. I'm suspecting we're definitely gonna see him at least in flashbacks as his character Papa, who's obviously a big antagonist from season 1. We haven't really seen him since then though. Now there's been a lot of speculation that Papa's character is still alive and in Russia. Once again, that's another video where I talk about all of this in a past Stranger Things update. But the theory is right now that somehow he jumped through one of the portals into the Upside Down right before the Demogorgon attacked him and then made his way to Russia. Just like how Hopper has, and that's already been confirmed that Hopper's in Russia, as we know from that other teaser trailer that was released like sometime last year. Actually, I think it was exactly a year ago when that was released. Obviously, Papa is going to be playing a huge role in season 4 because I mean, like, this is one of the first big teaser or like first trailer we've gotten for the new season. Something's got to be going on there. We're at least going to be getting a bunch of flashbacks showing us something from the past that we didn't see before in season 1. If nothing else, that is. I mean, I think there's still more to this story that it's going to be setting up through flashbacks, maybe in the first 4 episodes, and then like at the end of episode 4, oh, Papa's still alive. It's a big reveal. Now, what could he be doing in Russia though? Like, is he working on other like experiments there? Is he like actually experimenting on Russian kids now? Like, I don't know. What's going on with that? Because obviously a lot of this new season is going to be taking place in Russia with Hopper. Somehow we're getting him back. I am super excited for Stranger Things season 4 though. There have been a whole bunch of crazy updates about this new season. One, Freddy Krueger, which is why I'm wearing this shirt, Robert Englund, is going to be a main character, or at least a main antagonist on the new season. There's obviously going to be a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street references. We actually know of one already. The season is supposed to take place in 1987, which is the same year that Dream Warriors came out. So obviously Robert Englund is going to be playing some kind of bastardized version of Freddy Krueger. I almost just said Robert Englund again. That would make no sense. I doubt he's gonna be like an actual dream demon that like haunts these people, but maybe that's like the big monster from the Upside Down of this new season. Like we have some kind of like dream demon that's like haunting Finn Wolfhard's character. Or Will again, because Will just likes to get effed in this show. Whatever happens, I am so excited. Honestly, season 3 was my favorite season of the whole show. Like, in my opinion, it just keeps getting better. I'm so excited to see, like, what happens next, or what they're gonna be doing next, and I hope this isn't the final season. There's also been speculation on that. Hope it's not true. Hope we can continue this show for at least, like, a couple more seasons. I think you could do, like, a good 6 seasons and then be done with it. That would be perfect. Like, open and shut case here. You still got, like, 2 more years of the 80s to mess around with, too. You got 1988, you got 1989. There's a whole bunch you can play with there. And I've speculated in the past, why don't we do a 90s season? Like, we're starting to get into that, like, era now where, like, 90s is a lot more nostalgic than the 80s. Like, we're slowly transitioning to that. But let's do a season in 1991. Why not? Like, that would be so great. Like, tell me Jonathan's character wouldn't love grunge music. That could be, like, a whole thing in that season, man. Overall, I love this show for its nostalgia, its great cast of characters, and just all the crazy supernatural sci-fi stuff we get to see every season. What do you guys think, though? Is this teaser, like, really interesting to you? Do you think there's, like, a lot more to it than we think? Or do you think I'm just full of shit? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this video on Stranger Things Season 4. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just look up KillJoy Jake and I'll come up. Check out my second channel, Movie Smoothie, where I review everything that isn't horror. You can check that out by going on my little, like, channels tab on this page, and hopefully you subscribe. Please consider supporting me on Patreon as well. You can listen to my podcast that way. You can also see my jump count videos a day early, and as well as my versus videos. So make sure to check that out. The link will be in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.